voice of our community, the votes gained a lot of attention. As such, the ACA this year invited leading research firm Devoncroft Partners to help with the analysis and crystallize the findings. Josh and Joe from Devoncroft will join Jeff and Dana back here on Sunday to share those results. By the way, to those of you who voted over the past couple months, thank you. I know that you're wearing your badge of honor and reminding everyone to be an active participant next time we get on board. I want to take a moment to briefly thank our sponsors, many of whom have been with us for the past 5 years. Of course, you're going to see some new faces. They're here to help you confront all the changes and disruption this industry continues to face. This event would not be possible without them. Let's take a minute and give them a big hand. Be sure to visit them all. They're all out there. In addition to getting out there and seeing everything that our partners have brought to the Avid Connect mix, there's a lot to see here this weekend to help you navigate the whole event, including all the insights on our sponsors, speakers, sessions, and more. Please take a moment to download the mobile app. It's your complete guide to the event this weekend, all the details you need to plan your time and network with your fellow members while you're here. We have a great crowd here today. It's very, very large. But not all of our ACA colleagues could make it. Let's make sure we amplify what's happening today, share the excitement with those who are following from afar on Avid blogs, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Remember that you represent a far larger community, and don't forget to share your experience with them. Use hashtag Avid Connect on your social feeds so they can follow along. Speaking of representing the community, our ACA leaders are a dedicated group who represent all of you on a variety of topics and discussions with Avid. The executive board specifically has been very busy the past 12 months. They've been incredibly involved in the vote and launching that, and thinking about the ACA in the future, what this program is in the future. It's my pleasure to bring up two people who have been so dedicated in overseeing the overall direction of the ACA. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to ACA Executive Board co-chairs Darren Long and Richard Verdell.
Good morning and welcome to Avid Connect 2018. It's great to see so many of you here. We'd like to welcome you here to the event and a program for the community and run by the community.
The ACA is a great opportunity for us to help drive the development of Avid's products so they are relevant to our community needs.
The ACA continues to be an opportunity for us to collaborate and lead together.
And our community is more powerful than ever. We're excited to announce that we're now over 25,000 members, which is just amazing to me.
And that's amazing because it's 25% larger than IBC last September.
That's incredible. This community continues to build. This year we have a record number of ACA leaders participating in panels and leading discussions. So Darren, let's talk about what the ACA has accomplished recently.
Well, Richard, it's one of the questions we regularly get asked. The ACA and Avid Connect made a great strides in becoming more community-led. It's really important. And something we both feel passionate about. This weekend, we are proud and grateful so many of you, and nearly 80 speakers from our community have joined us to share their insights. The ACA is also driven by innovation by Avid, and many of the advancements you're going to hear today are driven by the community in this room.
That's right. It's hard to believe the ACA is entering its 5th year.
The ACA, the industry, is evolving at high speed, and the ACA has to adapt as well. The board has taken an action to restate and reschedule how we set up the ACA. As you can see on the screens to the side of me, while it's a start and something we're going to continue to evolve over time, it's something we need to keep looking at to be relevant.
That's right.
We can learn more about the structure and concept by your app, so please, I'd encourage all of you to download it today.
We encourage all of you to stay involved with the ACA and help us move Avid forward.
We'd also like to thank Avid in its support of bringing us all together. It's a great opportunity for all of us to network and think about the future and where we're going.
And now it's my privilege to welcome an old friend. I've worked with him for many, many years, the new CEO of Avid, Jeff Rosica.
Thanks, Richard and Darren, for your leadership of the ACA. I know the two of them are really going to continue to help drive the ACA forward. I also want to thank Kelly. You know, I don't know if you realize all the hard work and devotion she's had for the ACA since day one. We couldn't have done it without her, and I want to give her one more round of applause. Most importantly, though, I want to thank all of you, really, for taking the time, taking your weekend to be here with us. We're really proud to be here. It's amazing to see such a large crowd today. I'll tell you that the team's been working very, very hard to make sure your time is well spent with us. You know, it's been a little over a month since I became the CEO of Avid, and I'm really excited to be taking over this great company and working alongside this great team. And it's such an important time for our industry and an important time for the company. You know, I've been humbled by the hundreds of positive messages from around the industry I received from customers, partners, users all around the world, and in fact, from many of you in this room that I've seen today. I'm really eager to further tighten the bond between Avid and our global community. And together with the Avid team, we've accomplished a lot the last few years, but I will tell you there's still a lot more we can do. I'm incredibly proud and honored, though, also to be part of this community and the role that Avid can play to help you be able to thrive in today's environment. It's just amazing how large the ACA has become and how big the voice has become. I've really personally never been more excited about the ACA and what it's achieved and where it's heading. You know, this community is a force to be reckoned with. You are making a difference. Avid is listening very, very carefully to what you say, and I will tell you that we'll be listening even sharper now. And everyone in this industry is listening too, by evidence of the work we're doing with Devin Croft. You know, as I've grown up in this industry, I can't believe it's been 30 years. It feels like I just started in this business. The challenges we faced as I grew up were things like going from analog to digital, going to file-based, and then going to transition to HD, and they all happened one at a time. It was a more orderly kind of thing. You look at today, our customers and users are getting hit on multiple fronts from many different dynamics going on in the industry. The media industry disruption is continuing to have a huge impact on our industry and how people make money in the industry. In fact, the disruption is intensifying. I think the lines are blurring between industries and players when you look at what's happening. Just a couple examples, ESPN, Viacom, and Disney, they're all expanding from their traditional bases now to build streaming platforms. Apple is trying to join the fray now to take on Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, and many others with subscription movie and TV on-demand services. It's really like everybody is in everybody else's business today as they're all trying to stake their claim in that digital gold rush that's out there. The whole media universe is changing right before our eyes. At Avid, we're continuing to take the steps to help our global community deal with these massive things so they can make it easier to create compelling content, to make sure content is readily available everywhere viewers go at any time they want to view it, and to be able to squeeze all possible value from the content you create while keeping it safe. And most importantly, people have to work more efficiently, be more effective, and optimize resources and investments. Avid is achieving this all and helping to solve these issues with innovative approaches like the media industry's most open and flexible technology platform. Also, the way we're doing unique and more powerful ways to connect our user, our customer, and our partner communities. And the ability to best leverage the cloud for the way you want to work and to do it at your pace. Avid, we believe, uniquely delivers all of this and so much more. Now, while many think of Media Central as the only platform, we've actually been hard working on a lot of different platforms that help connect our customers and allow them to succeed. In fact, I'll tell you that at Avid, we've come to think of ourselves as a platform that powers media and entertainment. For example, with the Media Central platform, media enterprises have the ability and freedom to work collaboratively across a team or the enterprise. They can access media from any device, regardless of where it is. And they can orchestrate more efficient workflows across production, media management, and even content delivery. But there's also, with the Avid Artist Community platform, artists are empowered to share their profile and make valuable connections. Creative professionals can connect with other creatives. Production teams can search for freelance talent they may need. And enterprises can find the needed skills and specialties they need for their business. Now, our Avid Marketplace is an open platform for commerce. This is where customers and users can easily discover and purchase the latest apps, plugins, content, and a lot more. And this is not only from Avid, but from the more than 600 partners who have developed over 2,000 certified products for our platform. And as you'll soon see with the new Avid On Demand platform, this is developed in collaboration with our strategic partner at Microsoft. Now anyone can work more efficiently, flexibly, and affordably in the cloud. And it's from wherever they are and whenever they're ready. And then they can start to take advantage of all the new capabilities and explore new possibilities that only the cloud can deliver. And you're going to hear a lot more about this later, so I won't spill the beans before Dana comes out. Now, and because all these platforms are connected, you're all connected. All the interoperability and technology is taken care of by Avid and our partners, so you can focus on storytelling and your business. That's because the power of these open platforms, this connected community, and this cloud-fueled flexibility really gives this offering. At Avid, I'll tell you, we're humbled. We do not take it for granted, the success we're enjoying, and not just the industry adoption of our solutions, but seeing the results you're all achieving with our products. This is clearly a team effort, and one that cannot be accomplished without the extended team across Avid, across our partners, and most importantly, our customers and users around the world that are part of this community. Now, looking at the enterprise side of the business, we now have almost 700 media enterprises that are on the Media Central platform today, with over 50,000 licensed users who go about their work every day to get the job done. Our creative professional segments, where our customers and users are continuing to win the biggest awards for their amazing work. Some of it you saw earlier. At this year's Academy Awards, every nominee and every award winner in the categories of film editing, sound mixing, and original song all relied on Avid creative tools and our workflow solutions to create the most celebrated films of the year. At the recent 2018 Grammys, Avid customers and users were nominated across all genres and in all of the major award categories, and they won the top prizes too. Those include Record of the Year and Album of the Year. In fact, some of the people who contributed to these Academy Award-winning and Grammy-winning content are with us here this weekend. It really is a tremendous honor to have people like this be a part of this global user community and to come share their experiences and share with you how they get the job done. So thanks to the guidance and support, Avid has never been in a better position to be more responsive to your needs, to listen better, and to innovate faster. So let's take a quick look back at all the innovations we've delivered since Avid Connect last year, but also the results that members of this community are achieving. Successful this past year. Avid and our partners have been busy doing the developing and delivering on the innovations you need. But almost more importantly, you've been creating the most amazing, innovative, and really award-winning creative content. It's really humbling to see. We've made important progress. We've built a real solid foundation for today and tomorrow. We think we're all in a better place to adapt to new trends, adopt new technologies, and adjust to the market changes. And today we're going to see it all in action. You'll see what's possible now, what's new, and what's next. And there's something big for everyone, for artists and creative professionals, for production teams, and for media enterprises. Now, Rosica, our Chief Product Officer, is up next. He's going to show you what we've been working on, and we'll be unveiling some new products, some new features, and some innovations that our community's been asking for. But first, here's how Avid is empowering creative professionals and aspiring pros.
Empowering creative professionals.
My name is Jinte Kowa. I'm a songwriter, producer signed to Hollywood Records. I think life is about growth and collaborating and just making great memories with great people, and doing that through music is probably the best thing. High quality is the most important part to get your message across to the millions of people out there that want to listen to your stuff.
It keeps getting harder and harder to get noticed. Breaking through means expanding your creative potential, finding other artists to work with, promoting your services. To succeed, you need to connect with anyone, anywhere, on any device. Create with the industry's best tools. Collaborate without constraint. Avid is your platform for community, possibility, opportunity. Avid is your platform for creativity. Avid, the platform that powers media and entertainment.
Well, hi everybody, I'm Rosica, Avid's Chief Product Officer. You ready to cover some product stuff now? So when we say Avid is your platform for creativity, we're talking about creatives at every level, from students to the best in the industry. And you know, just about every artist at the top of their field uses our tools. And they all have the stories about the help and support that they've gotten on their way to the top. And at Avid, we want to make sure we're doing everything we can to help those just getting started. So that's why we created our Avid First products, to give aspiring creatives access to the same tools the pros use. You know, more than 600,000 aspiring musicians have already downloaded Avid Pro Tools First since it came out in 2016. Media Composer First came out a little less than a year ago, and we already have 100,000 downloads there as well. So really, really awesome. Very good. And today, I'm really excited to introduce a free downloadable version of Sibelius, the world's leading notation software. Nice. So this really fills out our first line of products, and it gives aspiring creatives a head start in getting their journey started in their career. Now, you know, every pro I talk to about these first products, they're always blown away about just how much functionality we've packed into them. And this is the key. We really want to give students and aspiring pros the ability to learn the exact same tools, the same features and tools that the pros use. And for media enterprises out there, the benefit for you is this creates a trained pool of talent that you can hire from. And for those young professionals themselves starting out, they're able to make a better living doing what they love to do. In fact, you probably didn't know that on average, the salary for a film and video editor who has media composer skills is over 44% higher than someone who doesn't. So just think about that for a second. Over the course of your career, that could mean earning as much as $1 million more than somebody who doesn't have those skills. That's huge. And now, so when these folks are ready to step up into the professional realm, the pro versions of all these products are just a click away. And these are the tools that you all know and love and use every day. In this year, you're going to see continued innovation across every category. So for Pro Tools 2018, you'll see a ton of advancements in music creation, folder tracks and virtual instruments. For Sibelius 2018, you'll see enhanced cloud sharing and a really cool new MP3 player embedded in a host of new notation capabilities. For Media Composer 2018, you're going to see a completely revamped and refined user experience in UI for more powerful video editing, as well as support for 4K, 8K, and even 16K. So if you think you know Media Composer, think again. We've got a lot going on in this area, right? So unlike the old days when you had to wait 18 months for the next big release, all of these features and all of these innovations are available to you through cloud subscription. So delivered through the cloud every other month, so you get the new innovations and new features as they're ready and as they're available. Couldn't be easier. And the best part, we're making these tools even more accessible than ever before. So today, I'm very pleased to announce that Media Composer 2018, the most proven video tool in the industry, will now be available for under $20 a month. That's right, you heard me. Trusted tools by professionals in every segment, available for now in less than $20 a month. So now, when you're at the top of your career and you need all the bells and whistles, step up to our new Ultimate editions of Pro Tools, Media Composer, and Sibelius. Now, these are the absolute best tools you can get for video editing, music creation, and composing. And they include virtually everything we offer for one great price. So features that used to be options now come standard with the Ultimate products. So let me walk you through. Start with Media Composer Ultimate. You get things like access to the best project sharing in the business, support for shared storage, game-changing features like script sync and phrase find, plus the most requested ACA features. For Pro Tools Ultimate, you get the Avid Complete plugin bundle, cloud collaboration enhancements, and immersive audio mixing with Dolby Atmos. And with the new Sibelius Ultimate, composers can create complex scores with an unlimited number of instruments, and they can automate arrangements and orchestrations. It's incredibly powerful. So this is our new creative tools family. What do you think? Pretty cool? So it's a complete set of tools that can grow with you from the time you start out to the moment you enter the professional arena and to when you're at the top of your career. No one else gives you this breadth of choice, and no one else carries you through your creative life like Avid can. Okay, so of course, the best creative tools are only half the story. Whatever you do at whatever level, getting noticed and getting steady work and working with the people that you want to work with is all about who you know and who knows you. And this is what Avid's artist community is all about. Now, since we launched this 18 months ago, it's become the place to be. We have over 45,000 artists that are now a part of it. It's huge. And these are mostly Pro Tools users, so you audio folks in the room probably know what I'm talking about here. Today, we're really excited to open this up to everybody in the community, audio, video, and notation, by revealing a really cool new mobile app that ties everybody together. Introducing the new Avid Connect app for artist community and marketplace. So now everything you need to manage your creative life, your connections, your profile, your cloud projects, your products, all can be easily accessed from wherever you are. And it's like taking LinkedIn and Evernote and wrapping it up in an application that's specifically made for creatives. It's really, really cool. And to give us a closer look, what I'd like to do now is invite to the stage Mr. Michael Crook, who's our demo artist extraordinaire for all things video at Avid. Michael, come on out here. All right, Michael, so I'm really excited about this Connect app. Can you walk us through how this works and how we might be able to connect?
Absolutely, we'd love to. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. So I'm really excited to show you the new Avid Connect app. Now, you'll see I have it running here on my desktop, but I really want Dana to also show the power using a mobile device. So Dana will be on an iPad. Ooh. So let's first check out my profile. Now the nice thing is this is basically looking at your Avid account. So all your information, you can tag yourself with any skills that you may have in audio and video production. So you can set that up. You can also choose what you do and don't want to have public, which is very nice. Now you'll also see that we have a Find Talent app. So let's say somebody's gone in and created those tags. I want to go in and find somebody who may be a producer. So we'll type in producer, I'll search. It's now going to look at any of those tags and bring up anybody who may be a producer or has producer in their comments or any profile.
Who's that good looking guy?
Who's that down there? How about that?
That's me.
Here we have Dana. Dana has some little audio samples here we may want to look at, but I want to show you the way we can collaborate or connect. So I'm going to search click on the little messages. Let's go in and say, hey Dana, how is Avid Connect? So Dana should get a little profile or window on his system on the bottom there. There you go.
Right here, got it. Awesome, cool.
So Dana actually sees that on his iPad and he can respond. So again, a nice way to quickly connect. So we've gone in, we can do some other things with the Avid Connect app, like looking at lounges. We have the tabs along the side here, And a lounge is like a forum. We can go in and take a look at the Sibelius, Pro Tools, or Media Composer lounge to get feedback, get help, or maybe meet somebody. We also have the Avid Marketplace. So if you have any third-party apps or Avid plugins you'd like to purchase, you can do that right here. But let's take a look at a really standout feature. Now, I've dabbled a little bit in Pro Tools, and I know that Dana is a really great rock drummer. Right?
Oh, please.
All right. Well, I want Dana to actually look at one of my projects. I want to invite him. So let's take a look at this one. We'll go in and say, here's Dana. We'll go in and add him. He'll then get a little notification on his iPad or mobile device, and he'll be able to decide if he really wants to join my project. So what do you think, Dana?
Got it. I'd love to help you out on this, but maybe after we're done with Connect and NAB.
You're a little busy right now?
I'm a little bit busy right now.
All right, no pressure at all. Cool. All right, great. So the nice thing is, again, you're looking at the desktop, you're looking at a mobile device, but what about your creative tools, Pro Tools and Media Composer? So you'll see when I open up Media Composer, I have the Connect app also built in here, which gives me the exact same tools to be able to message, find talent, or look at the lounges, but within the applications as well. So Dana, what do you think about that?
I think this is fantastic. Thanks so much, Michael. All right, so from one app, Mr. Michael Crook, from one app now, you can manage everything in your creative life, whether you're at your desk, working in the creative tool yourself, or on the go with your phone or your mobile device. Only Avid gives you this capability, and the Connect app will be available when, Michael?
It'll be available early summer.
Excellent, all right. Looking forward to this. Okay, so as you know, last year we did something truly unprecedented. We asked all of you in the ACA to vote on what's most important to you in our tools and applications. You told us, and we listened. So what I'd like to do now, Michael, is can you walk us through some of the new innovations that were in Media Composer that were a direct result of the ACA vote last year?
Absolutely, I'd love to do that. So let's start out by focusing with some of the tools we're going to be putting into Media Composer. So this is stuff that's being developed now. Let me go ahead and I'm in a nice little Brian Setzer project here. I want to go in and create a new bin.
Wait,
maybe bring some
be careful where you
media.
click. Wait, what are you doing?
What's happening?
What's happening? It's
It's
still playing.
It's a live timeline.
Hey!
So I can now go in and open up projects. I can create bins. I can move bins around and actually still be able to work and allow me to be more creative while my timeline is still playing. So that is fantastic.
Nice.
All right, so some other things we'd like to take a look at are, how about titling?
Yeah.
We've always had titling in the system, but if you wanted to do anything higher than HD, you had to go to another application. So I'd like to show you the new in-text title tool. So this does go beyond HD, and you'll see when I activate it, we have a little mini titler down here on the bottom. And it's also being built in your record monitor, which is great. You have a great indication of your format and your aspect ratio. But I can go in and choose a font. I can go into my little mini menu right here, possibly change the color. But we also have control here in the effect editor. So I can open up any of these for justification, for drop shadow. We can go ahead and add a shadow. We can change the color of the shadow. But again, a lot of those basic things that you tend to do when you are working in Media Composer. If you do want to do anything a little more advanced,
You can always go out, yep.
Absolutely. Go ahead and use those other
It's right here
applications.
now. It's awesome.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, as we're making some changes here, there's some other changes, and this was a huge feature request from the ACA. So let's say we go to color correction. But what about shape-based color correction? Ooh.
Big request, yes.
So here we have Brian Setzer. I want to highlight him right here. Let me go to the image effect. We'll go to color correction. We'll drop that on here. And notice when I go into my effect editor, I now have shapes.
Awesome.
All right.
Look at this.
So now I can go create a shape. We'll just do a simple circle here. But I can go in and change any brightness, any control on that shape without, again, having to use another application. So we can go do basics, we can bring that around. Now, I am creating keyframes here, but we will build in, when this is available, the motion tracking.
Yep.
So you will be able to track those. But we also can go in to the color correction workspace. So here I've created an actual highlight of Brian Setzer right here. And if I go into color correction mode, you'll see that your color correction tools will also be built in here in the Symphony color corrector.
That's awesome. Nice.
Just some things to highlight here. The nice thing about this is you'll see you do have a base layer and a shape layer. So I can go to the base layer now, and let's pull out the saturation because I want to create a really interesting effect with the band members being black and white while Brian Setzer remains in color. So again, some really great control here. This is something you asked for that will be inside of Media Composer. Now, let's look at some other things that change. Another really requested feature is working with
multicam.
Yeah. Groups. So how do we work with group clips? Now, we like to call these super groups.
Kind of like you and I are a super group, right?
Exactly, yes. You're better on the drums. I'm tickling the ivories here with Media Composer.
Nice.
So here we have multiple cameras with the Brian Setzer Orchestra. We'll simply create a group clip. And you'll see here that I have 3 cameras. But what ends up happening as you're working is you get another camera angle, or you want to make a change. Well, now you will be able to do that. You take the group clip, we'll drop it here in the record window, and look, you see the 3 camera angles here, which I could go in and do all of my standard trimming or moves on that. But to add another angle, I simply take that clip, we'll drop it right into my sequence here, my group clip, and if I right click, there's an update group. Aha! So now I can create a new group or click update and look at that. My 4th angle is added and I now have 4 angles in that group that I'm able to play. How about that?
That's fantastic, Michael. Thank you so much.
Now we're also talking about performance here. So this is 4 streams of 4K XAVCI media playing back in real time. It's a very demanding codec and we're able to do that. So we work with 4K, we work and support HDR workflows. As well, we can work 8K and 16K if you're doing things like digital signage.
Yeah.
So how about that?
Awesome. All right, thanks, Michael. Fantastic. So really, really cool. A lot of great features, award-winning features. In fact, tomorrow, right here at NAB, Avid's being awarded an Emmy for pioneering the development of nonlinear multicam. This is super huge, and we're really proud of that. And we're really excited by all the feedback you've given us, and now you can see it in products. So, you ain't seen nothing yet, though. There's so much more we want to share with you. We're just getting started with Media Composer. We're going after some of the biggest things users have been asking for, stuff the community is really going to love. In fact, we have a whole session dedicated tomorrow to give you an even more in-depth sneak peek as to where we're going. So the UI work we're doing, new features and workflows. So if you're interested in Media Composer, please check out that session tomorrow to learn more. You know, at any given time, there are literally tens of thousands of creative professionals working together using Avid creative tools. And thousands of production teams are collaborating together in projects on the cloud. Here's how Avid empowers them today.
Empowering production teams.
High Noon is a full-service production company headquartered out of Denver. We have about 20 edit bays running, 2 online bays, 2 audio bays, 100 licenses of Media Composer, and the amount of space that we're able to have on the Nexus has really enabled us to go straight from the offline edit into online edit and delivery, and it has worked wonders for us.
You work in a world of more sights, more sounds, more ways to perform. Everyone wants it now. Find it faster, make it easier, build it better. There's always something new to deal with. New resolutions, new formats, new technology. Avid is your platform for efficiency, flexibility, scalability. Avid is your platform for production. Avid, the platform that powers media and entertainment.
So production team, pretty cool? Yep. Production teams, especially video post-production teams, face more pressure than ever before to work faster and in higher resolutions. Now I'm talking about 4K workflows. So content providers like Netflix, Amazon, Apple, and Hulu are all accelerating 4K delivery to the home, and there's really no end in sight for even higher resolutions. So of course, to produce 4K and 8K content, you need the power, performance, and connectivity that extends across your entire workflow end to end. From ingest to storage and asset management to editing, monitoring, and delivery, it all needs to be connected and operate seamlessly together. And this is why we've been so much focused on a platform approach to all this, to tie it all together in a way nobody else can. So let me break it down for you, starting with Media Composer Ultimate. It delivers multi-stream 4K editing, and as Michael just said, even the most demanding codecs like XAVCI, killer features like script sync and phrase find for search, and a brand new finishing and mastering toolset for over-the-top delivery. Then, for monitoring high-res video, we've created a whole new category of next-generation I/O, the Avid Artist I/O family. And today, we're excited to reveal the newest member of the family, something that I think is going to be pretty interesting to folks out there, introducing the new Artist DNX ID. This thing is very cool. It packs all the 4K I/O you need in a very, very small form factor. Everything you need, input and output, for under $1,000. So 4K on the go. Really, really awesome. Now, check this out. Also now available is the Artist DNX IP for video over IP workflows. So no matter what your workflow need is, we have an I/O that's just right for you. All right, now let's talk about storage. Real-time 4K workflow requires super high-performance storage with plenty of headroom to work with. And that's just what we've delivered with the Avid Nexus E2 SSD. And now it supports 40 gig client connections, which is huge, so you can work at mastering quality high-res even in the most grueling production environments and still hit those tight deadlines. We've also increased scalability. Up to 64 engines can be stacked up. And the E2 SSD can now be configured in hybrid deployments, providing tiered storage for ultimate flexibility. So super powerful, super flexible. Finally, we bring it all together with the Media Central editorial management. You know, some of the biggest challenges in any production environment are managing your media, prepping your projects, and really just keeping everybody in sync. And this typically falls to the editor in the group to get all this done, which often gets in the way of them getting their regular day job done. And Avid's new editorial management solution transforms this process. It empowers your team with integrated asset and project management tools tuned specifically for post-production. So let's head back over to Mr. Crook. Michael, can you walk us through how editorial management ties together this whole end-to-end 4K workflow?
Absolutely, I would love to.
Awesome.
So editorial management is all about helping you work faster and smarter, but as part of a team. So when we designed this new asset management solution, it was with the editor in mind. It had to be easy to use, it had to be integrated with Media Composer, and it had to work with the entire post-production team and allow them to work better. So inside of Media Composer, you'll see Media Central Editorial Management. This is a window into all of your assets, all of your media, not just in your project, but across your entire Nexus workspace and system. So you'll see your Nexus workspaces here. If I bring up the Nexus Client Manager, you'll see that my workspaces come in this little window.
That's awesome.
So it's very familiar to anybody using Media Composer. Now at this point, I can go in and take a look at any media I have in my system or my projects. You'll see your little project set up right here. We'll open up a bin. Here we have media folders, and I can take a look at Avid Media. I'm currently in the Browse app, so I'm just browsing to take a look and see what I have. But again, the nice thing is I may want to bring in some assets from another project. So I can open up that next project. Let's go to CEO Challenge right here, and look at the iconography. It's very similar. We have our bins. We'll open up the clips bin. Here we have our clips. And if I double click, it simply drops that into my source window, and the bin relating to that project opens up inside of Media Composer.
That's awesome.
So a really nice way to preview.
Thanks, Cool.
Now being able to browse is one thing, but what about searching? You'll notice in the apps right here, this is browse. The next side is search. So if I click on search, I can now go in and search for metadata. I can search using phrase find and script sync technology, so the phonetic search capabilities inside of this window. So if I want to look for any muzzle flashes, we'll type in, let's say, muzzle flash here. We'll go ahead and do a search across my system, and it's going to bring up 44 results You'll see that right on top of a piece of metadata where a muzzle flash is there. So these came in from a VFX house. I double click, it opens up the bin, and I now have the muzzle flash happening right here.
That's awesome.
So again, a nice way to look at media. Now, it's one thing to be able to do this inside of Media Composer, but what about for somebody who doesn't know Media Composer, it just needs to look at media?
Like the assistant or somebody helping with project prep.
Exactly. It could be an assistant, it could be a producer. So we have the web browser. So this is Media Central Editorial Management running in a web browser. Again, you have your same Nexus workspaces on the left side here. I simply double click and I can preview any media right here in a web browser. And look at the performance. If I go in and change the size here, that is still playing that I can view.
That's stunning.
Now, the nice thing, all right. Again, if we take a look at our projects, I'm in the From Dusk Till Dawn project. Again, we have our iconography, but let's create a bin. Now, these are called hyperbins.
Hyperbins.
Hyperbins. They're hyperbins because they're done outside of Media Composer. I simply right-click, I'll go to create a bin in the web browser, and I'm going to call this bin ACA. It creates the bin in that project, and notice when I go back to Media Composer, that bin is available.
Nice.
So that's total collaboration, being able to set up. If I go back to the web browser, I'm just going to minimize this a little bit because I want to bring up two web browsers and show you how I can move and create projects and media. I can simply drag elements from one project to the next. It's going to populate in that bin and let me create and prep media. So again, when I go back to Media Composer, we set that up, we open the bin, and look at that. Those two clips are now readily available for me.
That is fantastic.
So again, Media Central Editorial Management, opening up collaborations across your entire facility and production.
Hey, well, thanks, Michael. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael Crook, everybody.
Thank you.
Excellent. Now, anyone on your team can prep bins, start building out projects before the editor even sits down. And we're just scratching the surface here with what editorial management can do. So please, get down to the Avid booth. We have all of this set up in a complete end-to-end workflow so you can check it out for yourself. Now, of course, end-to-end workflows aren't just for video. They're for audio post and pro mixing too. In 2017 has been a big year for innovation in this area. We delivered Dolby Atmos integration and set the standard for immersive mixing. Pro Tools 2018 is now fully supported in the Nexus environment. We have Avid Matrix is being embraced by top industry professionals. This end-to-end workflow is already delivering big benefits in audio studios all over the world. And when you're ready to take the show on the road, Avid Venue live sound systems let you faithfully recreate everything from your studio session in a live production. And 2018 is already off to a huge start for live sound. At this past NAM, we unveiled the deepest Waves sound grid support integration of any live console in the industry. It really blew people away. Now, we also introduced Avid Venue on Stage, which is a really cool new mobile app that gives performers the ability to remotely control their own audio monitor mix right during the live performance. Very, very cool. But we're just getting started here as well. We have another big announcement for live sound production, one that represents a real paradigm shift for the industry. Now, to help us with this reveal, we're going to bring up a 35-year veteran of the industry. He's received 6 Tech Awards and 3 Pernelli Awards for Live Sound Engineer of the Year. He's mixed concert sound for some of the biggest names in the industry, totaling nearly 4,000 concert events. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Robert Scoville. Robert isn't just one of our industry's most celebrated concert mixers. He's also Avid's secret weapon. So many of you might not have known, but you've been working with us since 1999 as a consultant, and now you have a full-time gig with us.
That's right, yeah. It's been a really unique opportunity for me because I've been able to go out and work in the world as a concert mixer at the encouragement of the company, and also work behind the walls as a product designer. So yeah, I'm thrilled to be here today.
Well, we feel incredibly fortunate to have you be part of the team here. So, Robert, what are the big issues and challenges that live sound mixers face today?
Yeah, there's a whole host of practical challenges that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, none the least of which is when we move from system to system trying to maintain quality. That's especially troubling when we move down to small systems because there's often a decline in sound quality when we do that. And then if you add to that the steep learning curves that come with moving to a bigger system or to a smaller system, sometimes even within one manufacturer's product line, those are real challenges that we deal with day to day.
So it sounds to me like what live sound engineers need is a more unified way of working.
Indeed, you are correct. We are looking for ways to unify that whole process, whether we're working in a theater, an entertainment center, a house of worship, a nightclub, major concert tour. We want the same experience operationally when we go to those.
Perfect. Well, I like where this is going, Robert, and I think it's time.
Is it time?
Indeed, it's time. Are you ready for this?
Let's do it, man.
Okay, everybody. We are incredibly proud to reveal a fundamentally new approach to live sound production. The industry's only live sound platform where everything works with everything else. Introducing the all-new Venue S6L Unified Platform. Check it out. It's got 100% show file software compatibility, 100% hardware compatibility, so all the hardware works with everything else, 100% premium sound quality, so no matter what configuration you're using, it's going to sound pristine, and 100% workflow unity for all mixing systems, so you learn once and you can use it everywhere. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is a big deal. This is the culmination of a vision that we put forth probably about 15 years ago now, so nice to realize it in full view.
Awesome. Okay, so Robert, why don't you lead here? Can you walk us through each of these configurations?
Yeah, let's start over here. All right, so we'll start here. This is the S6L 32D and the 24D. And in 2016, we launched these with the E6L 192 and 144 engines and the Stage 64. We have over 1,000 of these in service in the world right now. So this was our initial launch, and today we're going to announce the expansion of this entire thing into a platform.
Very cool. So tell me about the Big Daddy.
You want to go big?
Yeah,
you want to go deep?
You want to go big?
All right, let's go big. Let's go over here.
Wow.
All right, so this is the S6L 48D, and this, as you can tell by the size, is really kind of optimized for our dual operator workflows, even though all of our systems will do that. Size-wise, it's optimized for that. This is aimed at high-end theater, high-end installations, performing arts centers, and even top-tier houses of worship will make use of this console.
Beautiful, beautiful piece of hardware.
Good stuff.
All right, let's check out maybe some of the smaller configurations.
Yeah, if we move over here, this is the S6L 24C. Now, this is a compact version of the S6L 24D. And if we take this control surface and marry it up with a midline engine and an I/O rack, we can actually release it at the exact same price point as the original profile surface, or profile system, yet it has way, way more capability.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, really good stuff there.
Okay, we can start pretty small here too.
Yeah, we go down to this guy here. Now, don't be fooled by the size here, because remember, this is a situation where everything works with everything within the line. It's a totally a la carte mentality. So you can take this little 16 fader control surface and address one of our 192 engines and have full control over 192 mic reads and 96 aux mixes just within a 3-foot square here. So incredibly powerful.
That's fantastic and so flexible. Okay, so tell us how you can do the different I/O and engines we can marry.
So we've got 3 additional ancillary pieces we're going to release. We're going to release the E6L 112 engine. That's another engine. Notice it's in the same form factor. Again, it works with any of our control surfaces. We have the Stage 32 I/O. This is the exact same I/O components as our Stage 4, just rearranged it into a different form factor. Totally nimble. It can be any I/O combination there in that rack. And then finally, we have the Local 16. This is a device that was used to be able to increase the local I/O on any of the control surfaces.
Yep.
So we can just expand local I/O there.
Man, it's fantastic. So everything really does work with everything.
It does, yeah. So it's really good stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so Robert, tell us, when is all that's going to be available?
We're going to start shipping in the second half of this year, Dana.
That is fantastic. Really exciting. Mr. Robert Scoville, everybody. Thanks, Robert.
Thanks, man.
Empowering media enterprises.
WGBH is a heavy user of Avid products. We're a broadcaster and we're a producer. We needed the ability to be able to share amongst each other at any time easily. That was key, and that was the reason why we chose Avid. Being able to stay in one environment, we've achieved efficiencies that have helped across the divisions.
It's an always-on, multi-window world. Your needs for navigating this world are many. Tell standout stories. Eliminate silos. Create locally. Manage, modify, distribute globally. Unify access. Do more with less. Avid is your platform for integration, orchestration, virtualization. Avid is your platform for acceleration. Avid, the platform that powers media and entertainment.
So moving production to the cloud addresses some of the biggest challenges broadcasters face today: accelerating workflows, reducing costs, and building business agility. And the Media Composer, the Media Central platform, is a game changer that helps customers address all of these challenges. Now, last year, we shared our vision for Avid in the cloud, starting with an announcement of Microsoft, the industry's top cloud computing vendor, as our preferred cloud partner. Now, we chose Microsoft because of their global reach, enhanced security, and deployment flexibility. And we've been hard at work ever since we made that announcement, helping our customers successfully begin their own journey into the cloud with a whole slew of new product offerings. So at IBC, we rolled out the Avid Media Central Cloud UX, which delivers a unified view into your media no matter where it is, and a set of role-based applications that easily let you log, edit, and search, streamlined for the task at hand. We also introduced the Media Central Production Suite, which delivers a comprehensive set of workflow modules for video post-production, news, sports, and studio production, and a whole slew of different services that can be configured and customized to meet any media service need. Now, because it's all on the Media Central platform, we have complete deployment flexibility. We can deploy on-prem, in the private cloud, or the public cloud, or pick any combination of these for a hybrid deployment. It's super, super powerful and flexible. And finally, we made it super scalable, so anyone can access these tools, from the smallest editorial teams of just a few people to a global media organization of thousands. Now, I gotta tell you, delivering on all of this cloud vision has kept us busy. Over the last year, we've certified and shipped a broad range of new solutions. Everything from Media Composer Cloud VM and Cloud Remote, all the way to integrated workflows running in Azure, like Cloud Archive and Cloud Newsroom. And we're just getting started here as well. So, to show you this stuff in action, what I'd like to do now is introduce our Senior Solutions Specialist, the Marathon Man himself, Mr. Greg Wilson. Greg Wilson, everybody. Now, Craig, before we jump into the demo, I know that you're training for a marathon, aren't you?
Yep, that's right, Dana. 3 weeks tomorrow. I'll be pounding the streets of Stirling in Scotland for my first marathon, so looking forward to it.
Well, we're all rooting for you.
I need all the help I can get, thank you.
Okay, so back to business here. Can you show us how some of this actually plays out in a real-world workflow?
Sure, Dana. So we're going to have a look here at Media Central Cloud UX. Mike will show you a little bit of the capability in editorial management. And let's just chat through initially some of the apps that we have available. So here we have the Browse app, okay? So this is where I can navigate through and look through all my footage. I get this nice hover scrub feature here. We've got searching, and Michael showed phonetic searching, metadata. We're going to take a look at some other types of searching that we can do as well.
Awesome.
I also have access to social media research apps. So for example, here, we can see all the latest tweets coming in about the Avid Connect event. We've got some apps from third parties as well. We've got a rundown app where I can see my stories, I can do some editing as well. We also got a new QC app, a quality app as well. We'll talk about that in a little while. We can also, of course, we can do editing, it's Avid, of course, and we can publish to social media as well. But what we're going to have a quick look at here is maybe a sports workflow and how I can use this as well.
Perfect.
So all I need to do here is open up the log app. And what I can do here is I can do some logging, but I can also automatically create some highlights, and let's have a little bit of a look at that. So I got a basketball game that's going on here just now, just play the game here. And of course, this could be coming in from our Fast Serve Live Ingest, which is really cool for really fast turnaround workflows as well. But here I've got a template in the middle, and this gives me access to a team roster, it gives me access to plays, and it's also got a rating system that I can use. So I simply come in here, I can mark an endpoint, we can watch the play go in, and then I can stop, mark an out point from here, and then I can go in and I can create the log. I just mark the players, what's happened in the game, and give it a rating as well. I've also got a notes area that I can type in too. And because this is all defined beforehand, there's no room for any user error. It's really nice and straightforward.
Yeah.
But then the other thing I can do is I can also use this to create a highlights reel. So for example here, I can sort by rating. So I can get all the 5-star plays, I simply select them, right-click on it, and I can create a shot list, and that creates a highlights reel based on the in and out points that have already been marked. But one of the things, of course, Dana, is this depends on having people to do the logging.
Okay, so what if you didn't have a logger?
Yeah, exactly. So this is where the power of the platform really comes in. Because one of our alliance partners, Yepco, just open up their app, they have enabled the app to actually automatically connect to data providers like Sportradar or Opta. So all I need to do here is take my element, just link it, and then when I bring it up here and go to the game and hit refresh, what you can see is I begin to get logs coming in automatically into the system itself. And one final thing, Dana, Michael showed earlier, the new group clip functionality in Media Composer. Well, bear in mind, in Media Central Cloud UX, in a browser, I can also play back group clips as well.
Oh, that is awesome. You know, it's not just automatic, it feels like it's auto magic.
Absolutely,
All right,
absolutely.
Thanks, Greg, that's awesome. So what about other components in the workflow, like graphics and augmented reality? You know, the things that audiences become accustomed to in sort of highly produced sporting events.
Yeah, that's right, but this is really, again, is where the power of the platform comes in, and where we're applying the platform across a range of our products, because we've got a full suite of power sports productions. With this kind of rich metadata tagging going on, it's really easy to use the system to find the shots that we need. So here on my laptop, I've got Maestro Designer, a graphics creation tool, and you can see inside Maestro Designer here, I've also got access to the same Media Central Cloud UX. And I can use this, so it's really easy to get the shot I need, to put it into a 3D animation, get that shot on air, or for example, it could even be used to drive your studio displays as well, and I think, Dana, you've got some announcements on that as well.
We do. This was really cool stuff, Craig. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So Craig Wilson. So as Craig mentioned, we actually have some announcements in Studio Display as well. Today we're revealing a new addition to the Maestro product line. We're very pleased to introduce Maestro Powerwall. So redesigned from the ground up, it's an all-in-one solution that contains powerful video wall capabilities, a high-performance video processing engine, and real-time data-driven graphics in I/O. So this thing is a powerhouse. We're also showing a tech preview of Maestro Virtual Set with the new Unreal Engine. If you haven't seen this, it is very cool. And these two products together create a combo that really is just unbeatable in the industry, bringing sophisticated 3D capabilities to studio and venue productions of any size. Now finally, to round things out, we're also extending the Nexus shared storage platform with a new nearline offering. So today I'm very pleased to introduce the new Nexus E5 NL. Now it's a highly scalable nearline solution that tightly integrated into the Media Central platform and extends all the way into the cloud. And we have a new web-based UI that makes configuration and management and monitoring of your media within the Nexus storage platform super, super simple. Okay, so let's take a step back here and let me recap what we just saw here. An end-to-end sports workflow enabled by Cloud UX, where content was searchable and accessible by everyone in the organization, driving higher production value and better viewing experiences. That's the power of Avid in the cloud. And this is all here today. So where do we go next? Check this out.
Leading the way to the cloud.
The next evolution of creative freedom is in the cloud and on demand. Rethink visibility with artificial intelligence. Re-engineer efficiency with content transformation. Redefine your reach with cloud-based collaboration. Avid is your platform for new services, new workflows, new elasticity. Avid is your platform for inspiration. Avid, the platform that powers media and entertainment.
So we've talked a lot about the power of the Media Central platform, and you've seen all the cloud-enabled workflows available today. Now let me talk to you about where we're headed next. And I'm talking about production on demand. The ability to flexibly deploy the capabilities you need when you need them with no long deployment phase and no large capital outlay. Today, I'm incredibly excited to introduce Avid On Demand. It's a powerful combination of cloud services and solutions that allow any Avid customer or user to take full advantage of everything the cloud has to offer. Now, Avid On Demand takes the cloud technologies we've all heard about, like machine learning and cognitive services and artificial intelligence, and applies them to production workflows in a media-savvy way. So for example, we have a suite of new services called Avid AI. With Avid AI, you'll be able to automate content indexing with facial recognition, scene detection, and speech-to-text conversion. You can also automate QCing of content for closed captioning. Next, we have a set of transformation services that automates transcoding, watermarking, and media repackaging. And finally, we have a whole set of additional services for collaborating in the cloud, storage, and analytics. All of these services can be customized and configured to meet any workflow need, and they'll all be available on demand. Now, to make it even easier for you, Avid On Demand delivers new cloud solutions that combine these on-demand services I talked about, plus the applications and infrastructure to solve common operational and production needs. So let me give you an example. So here's something that you've probably all run into at some point. You have a new project that comes in the door, you don't have the editorial capacity to handle it, and in the old days, you'd have to go out and buy a bunch of CPUs and get a bunch of editing software to install on there, and then find some place in your facility to set all of this up. Now, with our new Editorial On Demand solution, you'll be able to simply go to your Avid On Demand dashboard, select the number of editing seats you need, storage you want, and you're off to the races. It's that simple. And the beauty here is you'll be able to spin up these resources when you need them, spin them down when you don't, all in a completely secure and access-controlled environment. So very, very powerful. Okay, so another everyday challenge is connecting different production teams together to share the same media. And Avid On Demand can help here too with our new Shared Library On Demand solution. So this is a powerful media library, automatically indexed and searchable, hosted in the cloud in Azure, accessible by anyone, anywhere, using Avid tools. And because it's on demand, you can spin it up as you need it on a per project basis, or you can just provision it to run permanently. It's that flexible. So these on-demand cloud solutions and services are a big, beefy set of time savers here. They're really huge. And if you're on Media Central, you can configure these services and solutions to augment any workflow on-prem. So super, super powerful and flexible. So that's just a taste of what we're doing here. What I'd like to do is invite Craig back to the stage. Craig, walk us through how we might actually apply some of these services and solutions to a real-world workflow, maybe, let's say, in news.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. And again, this is where our alliance partners have a part to play as well. So here in Media Central Cloud UX, what I'm looking at is X News. And this is a great tool. It's a great tool that can help news teams research across a whole variety of sources. Now, Dana, as you know, I'm from the UK, so we're obsessed with the weather. So let me just go and do a quick search for the weather here. And what this is doing is it's running a search against the web, it's running against news agencies, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and it's bringing me results in really, really easily. Awesome. I can even go in and I can bring up trending information where I can see there's been a spike in stories about the weather over a particular period of time. Cool. It's really nice and straightforward, and also very easy to then get this information directly into our news shows as well. Yeah. But we looked a little bit earlier on at searching, but let's take a little bit look at this in a little bit more detail and how we can maybe use some AI services here. So I've got a reporter who's out on location and she's done a piece to camera which I want to find. Her name's Andrea. So I just type in Andrea and I can do a search for it here as well. And I get a whole bunch of results. Right. But if you look here, not only can I search on the metadata and not only can I search in the audio, but I can also go in and I can search on our Avid AI services here, such as facial recognition, optical character recognition. You can read information from the screen, or even speech to text as well. So this time when I go into a search, I just want to search for Andrea using the facial recognition database, and there I get the clips back, and it's just the clips that have got Andrea in it. So if I now open up the log app, I can see that additional metadata that I've got. So for example here, this is why it brought up the clip, because it recognizes it using facial metadata. But that's not the only metadata, it's not the only Avid AI service that I can use here. We can do automated speech to text. It can analyze and do scene detection. It can even tell us if a person is happy or sad in a particular image itself.
All those services I talked about just right here at your disposal.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all here inside Media Central Cloud UX. So we've done a bit of research in social media. We've done a search and we've found our clips. Now we can get the story out to our audience.
Yep.
And again, here in Media Central UX, that's exactly what I can do. So I simply open up the Publish app. And with the Publish app here, you see I'm lined up to publish to Twitter. But I could also send this to a broadcast server, to send to playback, to a web CMS system, to YouTube, Facebook. Everything I need is right here. So all I do with this is I simply drag across the clip, and it gives me a really neat preview of exactly what this is going to look like when I publish this up to Twitter. So this is the latest on the weather, and I can go ahead and I can publish. And I can do this all within Media Central Cloud UX itself.
That's awesome.
So we've looked at Media Central Cloud UX for news, we've looked at it for sports, Michael obviously showed it for post as well, but this has got some great workflows as well for broadcast, and let's take a quick look at those. One of the apps that we have here is the Quality app, and this is where I can do QC workflows, for example, with Avid Illuminate. Now, Avid Illuminate, it can do automated caption verification, it can do checking of caption information, language checking as well, all available as an on-demand service as well. Now, one of the things about it is this can really free you from the time, expense, and stress of validating content. And no matter how you use it, it can really accelerate your digital content supply chain. Now, Dana, you mentioned some of those on-demand services that we've got. So we have Illuminate On Demand for automated QCing.
How about Editorial On Demand?
Exactly. So here's Editorial On Demand. So here's Media Composer. I'm going to play the clip back here.
Yeah.
This Media Composer, Dana, isn't running on my machine. This is running on a VM in a Microsoft Azure data center in San Antonio in Texas. When I need it, I spin it up. When I don't need it, I spin it down. And Shared Library is also available on demand as well. And one of the great things about these kind of services is you can easily track what you're spending via dashboards. And these dashboards will show you all the information that you actually need to track what you're spending. So Dana, back to you.
Let me tell you, Craig, that's fantastic. Mr. Craig Wilson, everybody, thank you, sir. So this really adds a whole new dimension to how you can work, leveraging everything the cloud has to offer in a completely secure environment. And everything you saw here today, from the new innovations in creative tools, the end-to-end workflows, and the Avid cloud-based solutions, they're all geared towards making it easier for individual artists, production teams, and media enterprises to create killer content, make it available to viewers everywhere, anytime they want it, squeeze all the possible value from it, and work more efficiently and effectively than ever before. Well, that's all the time I have right now. I want to thank you all very much, and now I'm going to hand it back over to Jeff Rosica.
Good job, Dana.
Thanks, sir.
So really, I got to say, all these announcements are really exciting. You know, they clearly reflect the work hundreds of Avid engineers have done all around the world. But it's also about how closely we're listening to the community, meaning we're listening to you. But I will say this, stay tuned, because there's a lot more coming later this year that you'll find really exciting. So today you've seen new ways to create inspiring content, new levels of collaboration, and a new era for media production and content distribution. The tools, the products, the cloud-based services and solutions we've revealed here today, we think can help you keep up with an ever-evolving business climate, accommodate ever-growing volumes of multi-format content. You can gain a competitive edge in an ever-changing competitive environment, and to do it all while keeping costs at bay, which is critical. As I said earlier this morning, all of this innovation puts everyone in our community in a much better position to adapt to new trends, adopt new technologies, and adjust to a changing market environment. For Avid and our partners, these platforms actually allow us to have a lot more development agility so that we can create more faster and at a lower cost, and to help you do what you do without having to worry about technology. And what you've seen today with Avid and our innovation action today is really amazing. But every day we see your innovation action around the world. We find this incredibly gratifying. Really, it's why we do what we do. We are your biggest fans. We take a lot of pride knowing that our tools and platforms are relied upon by some of the most talented and successful people and businesses in the world. We also take pride knowing that we are helping you deal with disruption, because disruption isn't going away anytime soon. Navigating this ongoing change is really about everything that we've got to focus on. But it's also important that we do this closely together. Our success can only come from our collaboration and commitment to one another. We're all in this together, and I think we're all stronger together. There's safety in numbers. The more people that are on our cloud-based platforms, the more powerful they become. The more people in the ecosystem, the more powerful it becomes. But most importantly, the more people in our community, the more powerful and influential you become. And we're excited about the future, and we have some big plans to help you explore and embrace new frontiers. We can only get there, though, with your help, and with your ongoing support, and with your continued trust. You've invested a lot of time, money, and faith in us as a company. We want you to know, in fact, I want you to know, that Avid is in your corner, and we are completely invested in your success. We will continue to listen very, very carefully to make sure we're delivering what you need when you need it. And that we'll place your strategic priorities at the front of the queue always. You know, there really are no limits to what we can do together. I think there are new horizons with infinite potential for us to come. Now, with the continued guidance of the ACA, Avid and our partners will find better ways to bring you new capabilities to deploy, new opportunities to explore, and new possibilities to realize. You know, there's a reason we're all here. I hope like you, but I know that every one of us at Team Avid loves what we do, and we love this company. We love this industry, and we love this community. This isn't a sideshow or some side project for us. It's our sole focus. It's the only reason we exist as a team and as a company. So thanks for spending the morning with us. I'm going to be walking the halls, stopping at many of the sessions and visiting all the vendors out in the hallway here. I'd love to spend some more time talking with as many of you as I can today and tomorrow. So let's have a great Avid Connect. And after this weekend, we also hope you'll come see us at NAB. But before you go, let's enjoy one last video that celebrates the work that we're all doing together. Thanks, everyone.